welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with Premier League predictions, game week 30. Flipping hell, people, I'm not going to lie, it just feels like I haven't stopped today. Honestly, the content has been madness. I don't even think I've stopped for half an hour today. Honestly, it's been absolutely crazy. So please do make sure you do check out the match reactions to the Luton game earlier. Me and my dad done a match reaction and a player ratings. So yeah, make sure you do check them out. Obviously, we're here for the Premier League predictions. To be fair, there's some tough games. There's some tough games to predict, I think, in this game week. Thank God it is not a rescheduled game week as well, because like I said, today I just feel like I haven't stopped. Honestly, it's been one of them, and Sunday's going to be even madder. Well, no, actually, I think it'll be about the same. Tomorrow isn't as bad, but yeah, it's one of them. Of course, I'm getting a no caller ID when I go live. Typical that, isn't it? And they're spamming me, so that's annoying because I can't even block it. But anyway, let's go through the comments. Big up to everyone inside. Hanno says TikTok. Not sure what he means by that. Obviously, I do use that and post on that at the moment. Get the channel more out there. Let me know what you mean. Expand on that, Hanno. Yeah, Spencer, mate. T-Boy or Tyler. Just doing Tyler things. You know what I mean? Pulling up and being late. You already know the drill. Today is a good day. You got J2O Spur? Nah, so we got 4. And my dad had 1. My dad's mate had 1. Well, Chris. And then I had 2. So yeah, no more now, unfortunately. I'm on the orange squash, mate, because if I call it juice, people might start crying, even though it is anyway. So here we go. Yeah, what's the score? I'm guessing they lost. I haven't checked any results, mate, except Championship. And to be fair, I've forgotten half of the results in the Championship. I know Watford lost. It does mean Huddersfield are out of the relegation zone, so my prediction there might be wrong, but there's still a couple of games to go, so we will see, man. But yeah, let's get into it. So obviously, Premier League predictions, like I said, game week 30. Like I said, I looked at it, and there's quite a few tough games for me, well, that I thought to predict. I think there's about 3 for me, which I will get into at the time. But it's obviously Manchester United versus Everton. Obviously, 2 teams I'm not the biggest fan of. Obviously, this is a 12:30 game. Might stick it on and watch it. Yeah, honestly, I'll have to see. But anyway, United at home, excuse me, in their last game, obviously they won 1-0 against Brentford during one of the many rescheduled midweek fixtures. Everton, on the other hand, obviously got that draw against Tottenham, last-minute goal from Keane, I think it was, wasn't it? Everton, I wouldn't be surprised because it is an early kickoff if Everton got some sort of result, even though it is at Old Trafford. But then again, I just think United will win, to be honest. I think they'll edge it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 1-1. I'm going to go over 2-1 to Everton. 2-1 to United. In this one. Chris has gone 1-0 to United. Spencer's gone 1-1. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that Neverton. Yeah, no, like I said, mate, I wouldn't be shocked. So, good minds or great minds think alike, whatever the saying is. So it could be something like that. Dyche does well against United. There's also that as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised, to be honest, if they got something. Moving on to the next game, Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest. Now, Aston Villa doing very well. They're now above Liverpool, which I guess isn't hard this season, let's be honest. But they are above Liverpool, of course. Obviously, they're taking on Nottingham Forest, who have the worst away form in the league. Good chance they might go down. I don't think they will, though. There's a lot of teams, obviously, still in that, potentially going down bracket. But I do think Nottingham Forest probably will stay up in the end. And I think they, a lot of the media are putting pressure on Steve Cooper. I don't really agree with it. Nottingham Forest wouldn't be in the position they were in anyway if it wasn't for him, as in getting to the Premier League and that. And he's quite underrated, in my opinion. What I don't think has helped at all is the amount of players they've brought in. It's just always going to be difficult to try and gel them in. When they've brought the amount of players they have here, it's just ridiculous. It's just silly, to be honest. Some of them signings, I believe Steve Cooper obviously wanted, but at the same time, sometimes they don't, and they just give you the money and just want you to get someone. You've seen it happen plenty of times. So, yeah, but this is going to be a difficult ask away at Villa Park. I do remember once, it wasn't too long ago, I think it's 2018, when they played at Villa Park, it was like 5-5 or something crazy like that. I think that was in the Championship. Well, it obviously weren't in the Premier League because Forest, they've been in there for years up until this season. But yeah, I'm going to go over Villa win. I think it's only right, really, given how they've been recently. Nottingham Forest are poor away from home, like I said as well. So I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0 to Aston Villa in this one. So, yeah, Spencer's gone 2-0 as well. Chris has gone 3-1 to Aston Villa. Yeah, fair enough. Forest sticking with Cooper, still right decision for me. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. I totally agree with that. Moving on to the next game. Difficult game to predict. One of the difficult games for me, and that is Brentford versus Newcastle. Now, Brentford obviously played midweek, lost to United 1-0. Apparently, I didn't see any highlights or anything like that, but apparently they're really poor. My cousin who went to it is obviously a Brentford fan. He told me it wasn't great. Apparently, he left early. He never does that. So it must have been just, even though they lost 1-0, it must have just been one of them where you just sense they weren't getting anything. I felt like that a few times in Luton. I remember we played Preston away last year. To be honest, when the lineup come out, I knew the game was done back then because Jerome wasn't pulling strings and Elijah was out. So it just didn't help. And we lost that game in the first half, really. 2-0 down, give away a penalty already. It's just shocking. So I could imagine how he felt if it was a game like that. Taking on Newcastle, we obviously got that very emphatic win against West Ham. West Ham were very poor defensively, don't get me wrong, but Newcastle just capitalised on them being so poor and just punished them, really. Newcastle doing well last couple of games, obviously beat Man United on Sunday. Sunday just gone, and then obviously won during the week. And they currently sit third, much better goal difference than Man United. So it's an interesting one. Brentford do tend to be good at home, though. They don't usually lose at home a lot. I'm going to go over 1-1. I'm going to have faith in Brentford to get some sort of result. Newcastle probably are the favourites, and it would make sense. But I'm going to go over 1-1 in that one. Spencer and Chris, you both gone with a 2-1. Yeah, fair enough. I could see that, but I'm going to go with Brentford to get some sort of result. Forest, no, I read that comment. This is a tricky one, so Spencer, yeah, exactly. And to be fair, Brentford fans probably hate playing Newcastle because ever since they've been in the Premier League, I don't even think they've beat them. Obviously, I know they got slumped earlier on in the season at St James's Park. So, yeah, it's just one of them. It's one of them. And I asked my cousin, how's he feeling going into it? He's not confident. He reckons it could be a long day. Well, he didn't say that, but basically that is what he's thinking. I hope Newcastle get Champions League football. Imagine that for the Newcastle fans. Yeah, that would be mad. But it would get to that stage, innit, where they, because we know obviously they're going to start being up there a lot more. But it's going to be a stage where a lot of people are going to go, oh, you're only there because of the money now. You know what I mean? Like, some of their fans deserve it, of course. The ones that have been there through thick and thin, the Mike Ashley ownership and all that, witness all that rubbish. But, at the same time, certain people just jump on the bandwagon and it is a little bit annoying. So I can see it from both perspectives. But it would be good, man, because at the same time they are a massive club, even without this ownership that's coming and that they are a massive club. They've got a big stadium, and some of their fans deserve it. So it is what it is there, really. But yeah, Stephen said, big up Ty, bloody notifications. Need, why can't I see that? Sorting bloody YouTube. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You guys should have got it. I mean, I got it on my other account. I always just double check that things come through on. So yeah, I don't know why. Don't know why I didn't, which is a bit weird. But then again, did any of you get any to my match reaction? Not the player ratings one, the match reaction, because I didn't on my other one, and it was quite annoying. It was like, why is it not coming up? Eddie Howe proved me wrong. I didn't expect him to take Newcastle to European places. I only thought mid-table at best under Howe. Yeah, fair enough. Obviously, I know he's a very good manager. I'd probably said the same, to be honest, as you, mate. Then again, I did think, when they do start getting this money in slowly but surely, that you would expect them to start shooting up the table. So, yes, but not this quickly. For me, no, never received that either. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. It's annoying. Very annoying, because it doesn't get out there as well. So yeah, it's annoying that YouTube does do that. Big up Wolf in the chat. He says, big up Tyler, big up yourself, mate. Hope you're well. No, never got a notification. Yeah, it's annoying. I don't know what's going on there. Well, I'm only doing one video tomorrow, and that's championship predictions, and they better come through. You know what I mean? Saying that, I think when I uploaded them yesterday, because obviously it's a mad turnaround. The game's on Easter Monday, and I'm busy on Sunday, so I'm going to get them out tomorrow. Flipping, I don't think they come through straight away. I think it took them a couple of minutes. So I don't know what is going on with YouTube, man. Seriously. But yeah, Stevenage fans are quiet all of a sudden. Did they lose? Like I said, mate, I've only paid attention to Championship, but even then I was trying to get the videos out and that. So yeah, like I said, after the stream, do make sure you do check them out. And yeah, share them and that, man. Let's try and get the views up on that. So yeah, big up yourselves. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Now this game's interesting because people have come out and said, I think, did West Ham say it officially? I'm not too sure, but I know a reliable source did. If Fulham beat West Ham, Moyes will be sacked. Now, for me, he should have been sacked quite a while ago. To be honest, let's be totally honest now. It's just madness how he's. For me, the nail on the coffin was the game the other day. I can't lie. At home, 5-1. Yeah, Newcastle, good team, but some of the goals West Ham conceded in that game was an absolute joke. I think it was the second or the first goal straight through the middle. It was terrible. Fabianski, to be fair, I know he's not like the greatest keeper in the world, but games I usually see of him, he's all right, but he was shocking that game. Not only, of course, only the shocking player, but yeah, it was just absolutely terrible from them. The leeway the owners have given him is a joke, let's be honest. Fulham, if Fulham had Mitrovic and Marco Silva, obviously Marco Silva's got that ban, hasn't he, as well as Mitrovic, obviously Marco Silva, the manager on the touchlines. That will affect them, I reckon. And Mitrovic, obviously, as much as they've got goal scorers elsewhere, you've seen that this season. Obviously, he is a massive part of Fulham. So for that reason, I'm going to say West Ham get some sort of result. And you've seen it plenty of times, where pressure's on a manager and they get a result. And if you're a fan of that team, you're like, for God's sake, man, I just want him gone. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to go with draw. And I'm going to go pretty high scoring, to be fair. I'm going to go 2-2. I think there might be goals in this one. You've seen quite a lot of games at Craven Cottage this season where there's been a lot of goals as well. Look at Liverpool game, for example. Brentford, when Brentford went there. There's been a few. So I'm going to go with a 2-2. I think there's going to be goals in this one. So, yeah, that is my prediction for that one. Give me a second, people. Just sorting my phone out. So, yeah, there you go with that one. Your predictions: Fulham 2-0 West Ham. Okay, fair enough, Chris. Fair enough. They drew. Did they? Like I said, I ain't paid attention. Why make it the sacking this late for Moyes? Exactly. That's another thing as well. It's too late on. Yeah, exactly. West Ham was shambles against shambles. Yeah, it was just the defending in that game, mate. It was just absolutely criminal, to be honest. 2-1 says Spencer to Fulham. Fair enough, mate. Saka Moyes is going to take a bit of the red tape. Is because Gold recently died, so I don't know how it works. Yeah, no, there is that, of course. Yeah, it's one of them. But yeah, moving on to the next game, Leicester City versus Bournemouth. Obviously, a massive game at the bottom. Two teams in the relegation zone. Obviously, Leicester sit 19th, actually lower than Bournemouth. Which, if someone said that to me at the start of the season, I'd have probably laughed at them. I can't lie. But obviously, Leicester have been terrible this season. Bournemouth, even though obviously they're in the relegation zone, I don't think they've been overly bad. They have had some really good results this season, like beating Liverpool, which, don't get me wrong, hasn't been hard because Liverpool ain't been great, but still, Liverpool would have still been the favourites in that. Even though they lost, they put up a good game against Arsenal. There's been a few results. There's been a few results where they have been quite impressive, and then there's been some where they've got slumped, I'm pretty sure the 3 times Leicester have played Bournemouth at the King Power, I'm pretty sure they've beat them the last 3 or whatever. This one's an interesting one. Obviously, Leicester don't currently have a manager. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers got sacked. Interesting one, that. I think he's not the only one to blame, to be honest. I think a part of it is to the players as well. Some of them anyway. I do think if Leicester lost this game, I would probably put them down to get relegated. Because obviously Bournemouth come up and you're at home as well. I'm going to go over Leicester win. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 to Leicester in that one. Your predictions. Spencer's gone 2-1. That Leicester versus Cherries is El Crapico. He's gone 2-2 for this one. He's gone 2-2. Chris has actually gone with a Bournemouth win. It's gone 2-1 to Bournemouth. Jeez. Be massive. Obviously, whoever wins this is massive if there is a winner, of course. If it's a draw, it doesn't really help both teams, of course, because they are in a relegation zone. And obviously Bournemouth have a worse goal difference than Nottingham Forest. So unless Nottingham Forest got slapped, maybe 3-0, and Bournemouth got a point, it would help them. But yeah, it's one of them really. It is one of them. But yeah, moving on to the next game, which is Tottenham Hotspur versus Brighton. Now, Tottenham, another team without a manager. I don't even know who's in charge at the moment. Is it the assistant that was there with Conte and Ryan Mason? I'm pretty sure. Obviously, they did have Ryan Mason before when Mourinho obviously went. And for me, that was just madness because they were in the League Cup final. For me, they would have won it because during that day, I thought City were there for the taking. They're taking on Brighton, and Brighton do have a manager, and they're a very good side. You could say, I don't think Brighton will end up getting top 4, or I don't think Tottenham will either. But you could say this is a top 4 clash, a fight for top 4. Obviously, Brighton, if they do win this, they will go a point behind Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham are in 5th, 3 points off 4th, which obviously United, but they do. Obviously, United have the same points as Newcastle. Do you know what? Because I really rate Brighton. I think they're very good, set up. Tottenham still looking for someone. I'm going with a Brighton win, mate. I'm going with a Brighton win. And they've done this not too long ago. I think it might have been last season at Tottenham. They won there 1-0. So I'm going with it again, mate. I'm going with a Brighton win. So could you say it's a shock? You could and you couldn't. You could because Brighton, well, actually, no. Brighton are not the underdogs in this game. I had a look and they're actually the favourites. It's only like 1%, but still, like. And Tottenham don't have a manager. And we know what Tottenham are like. So for me, it's not really a shock if Brighton win, to be honest. So yeah. Let's go through comments. 3-1 Brighton. See, Chris has gone emphatic win for Brighton. Fair enough, mate. Spencer's gone 2-1 to Brighton. Yeah, fair enough. 1-1, says Stephen. Oh no, was that a different game? Because then he says Brighton to win 3-1. Jeez. How many has Sonny scored this season? Not double figures. That's what I know. And it makes me laugh because, yeah, obviously Salah hasn't been great, but, you know, he's still got more numbers than Son. You know what I mean? Like, people thought Son was back because he scored a couple of goals against Preston. You know what I mean? Come on. Seriously. But anyway, moving on to the next game. Another tough game to predict for me. Wolves versus Chelsea. Now, Wolves, they're one of them teams, aren't they? They're one of them teams where sometimes they'll get a lot of goals in it. Well, not a lot of goals in the game, but they'll, you know, get a result you don't expect them to, and then they'll just play crap the next game. Obviously, they are only a point off the relegation zone. It's mad how tight it is this season in the Premier League. Chelsea obviously sit 11th. Their last game was obviously against Liverpool, 0-0. Liverpool quite lucky. Havertz is so crap, to be honest, because he had two really good chances in the first half. And yeah, he can't finish nothing nowadays. There's been times where you have seen it from him, but it's been very rare. You know, to be fair, he did score the winning goal in the Champions League, but other than that, his highlight reel at Chelsea's dead. You know what I mean? Let's be honest now. Obviously, they appointed Lampard to the end of the season. Weird appointment. Like, I get he knows the club and that, but it's just weird to me. It's weird to me. I can't lie. Surely you would want to try and get someone in now, whoever you're looking at, to try and, you know, just start working things out, trying out new things, and then go into next season and try and do something. Because this season they've been shit. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? But the Wolves away at the Molineux, I don't think Chelsea will win, to be honest. But at the same time, I don't think Wolves will. So I'm going to go with a 1-1. I'll go with a 1-1 in this one. So yeah. Son gets a pass. Exactly, mate. Spencer's gone 1-0 to Wolves. Okay, fair enough. If it isn't 1-0, it'd be 0-0. I was debating a 0-0. I can't lie. I was debating a 0-0 for this one. But I'm going to go with a 1-1. 2-1 Chelsea, kind of new manager impact, says Chris. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yep, Havertz can't finish his dinner. Yeah, exactly. Only positive thing about Lampard appointment is Chelsea have a lot of young players and brought youth. Yeah, to be fair, you'll probably see Mason Mount start now, won't you? Because, to be fair, he was good under Lampard and he was good at that. I will give him credit for that. I don't think when he's at Chelsea it was as bad as what people made out. You know, I do think in a certain way, I think he did as much as Tuchel in the sense where when they won the championship, I do think Lampard, you know, did have a certain thing to do with that, you know, because of before he got sacked, you know, but I just don't think he's still that great. You know, I think the best young manager or the best manager when it comes to former players so far, well, it's interesting. You could probably argue Company now because, you know, what he's done his first season in the championship, you know, we'll see. You know, people might go, oh, yeah, but they got slapped up to City 7-0, you know. But I don't know. I think he might actually do well in the Premier League next season. Obviously, they did get promoted tonight. Congratulations to them. It's just a matter of time. I thought they'd do it on Monday. But obviously, Luton drew, which helped them. And to be fair, they definitely deserve to go up, but they deserve to win tonight, in my opinion. I didn't watch the game fully, but what I just saw, and thanks Burnley. We helped you tonight, and you helped us because we're actually now third. with no games in hand that Middlesbrough have over us. And we've got to play Middlesbrough soon. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Everyone wants to talk about Middlesbrough trying to get second. I'm not saying I think we will, by the way, but we're now above them. So you've definitely got to put us in the conversation. So there you go with that. I don't think Lampard will want job permanently, in my opinion. Nah. Well, it all depends how they do towards the end. But if they have some, sketchy results, then definitely not, mate. Arteta for me all day long. Yeah, I forgot about Arteta. That's mad. That's actually mad. I forgot about Arteta. It's because he's been in it a lot longer, though, than a lot of the ones I was thinking of. I was thinking of Gerrard, Lampard's, Carrick's, companies. I was thinking of them. Arteta's been in there a lot, longer in that sense. But obviously, yeah, I completely forgot. Howe is still young. Yeah, he's up there. I've always rated Howe, to be fair, that, what he's done with Bournemouth. Obviously, Newcastle is a standout now, but even before that, I was bigging him up for what he'd done with Bournemouth. Because that was just good. However, if Luton go to the Premier League, that is a better journey than what he did with Bournemouth. But yeah, moving on to the next game, and that is the 5:30 game tomorrow. Southampton versus Manchester City. Now, obviously, last time these two sides played was in the League Cup. Obviously, Southampton did beat them. Did do a watch along to that. But for me, this time round, it's different circumstances because, one, Nathan Jones isn't there. Two, this is the Premier League where Man City are, chasing Arsenal, let's be honest. And, yeah, Southampton haven't won any of their last 4 games. Man City have won their last 4 games, and I think that's the longest streak they're actually on for winning runs this season. And it always goes back to what I say week upon week when I talk about Man City. They're not that Man City team that can go on a 15-game unbeaten streak. They're not that Man City this season. And obviously they can't do it now, even if there's to win all their games, because there's not that many games now. So, yeah, this one, Southampton, for me, they are going down. Man City, like I said, they're chasing Arsenal. They do tend to do well away at St Mary's most of the time, other than that 2-0 like I just mentioned. But in the Premier League, I think they've only recently, drew 1-1 there, which, it's not a loss, so it's not the end of the world. But I think they'll win this one pretty comfortably, to be honest. I'm going to go 3-1. I think Southampton might get 1, but I think Man City will win 3-1, even if Haaland's not back. For me, they've got way, enough to beat Southampton. Jack Grealish, he looked very good against Liverpool. Alvarez, he's a very good other option for Haaland anyway. So, yeah, 3-1 City for me in that one. And Spencer's gone with the exact same. He's gone 3-1 to City as well. Should we going about our business and going under the road? Yeah, I don't mind that, mate. I don't mind that, but it just makes me laugh because I was watching the build-up to Millwall versus Luton the other day, and they were like, "Oh, both teams punching above their weight." It's just disrespectful. It's absolutely disrespectful. And one, how are they even saying that for Millwall anyway? Because, when I've probably been invested into the Championship, obviously, since Luton have been in there, they've always been fighting for playoffs. Yeah, they haven't always got them, but they've always been in and around that area. As for Luton, we done it last season. It's just stupidness. It's just stupid comments. They shouldn't be on there saying stupidness like that. No, real talk. It's just disrespectful. But there we go. Southampton 0, Man City 2. Tough place to go. Southampton. City don't actually have a good recent record versus Southampton. Won't be easy. Yeah, like I said, obviously they lost the last game, which was a League Cup. Like I said, though, for me, that was different circumstances. Like I said, the reasoning. So, yeah, moving on to the next game. Moving on to the games on Sunday now. 2 p.m. game. Leeds United versus Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace, for me, I'm sure a lot of you in the chat would agree, got a shock win against Leicester. Even though Leicester have not been great, Palace have not won at all in 2023 up until then. Roy Hodgson obviously has took charge for the second time. And fair play, to be honest. I didn't expect them to win that. But they are going to Leeds, who are on good form. Won 2 of the last 3. The loss was to Arsenal away, which they never really go there and do well anyway. But before that, they won 4-2 at Wolves and 2-1. Was it the midweek game? Against Nottingham Forest. Which, Nottingham Forest are not great away, but still. Leeds, I think they will stay up. I do think they will stay up. I'm confident that they will, to be honest now. They currently sit 13th. So, obviously, for me, it's 12th. Well, in fact, a lot of you would agree as well. It's 12th down to 20th. They are the teams in that relegation battle. Leeds are obviously the second highest when it comes to that. So, I'm confident they'll stay up. Same with Palace, to be honest. I'm confident both of them will stay up. It's just under that. I'm not too sure, to be honest, personally. Let me know if you agree in the comments. But yeah, this one is at Ellen Road. Palace, not too great away. I'm going to go with a narrow Leeds win. I'm going to go 1-0. I'll go 1-0 to Leeds in this one. Carlisle move into automatics, but again, no mention of us, but they mentioned Stevenage and Northampton dropping points. I didn't mention our massive attendance. It's madness, isn't it, mate? And he also says Leeds 2-1. Palace toss of a coin for me. Fair enough. Spencer's gone 1-0 as well. Yeah, no, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. And then moving on to the last game. I will be doing a watch along to this. I'm trying to get a Liverpool fan. I found out the one I tried to get cannot do it now. So that's 2 Liverpool fans, which is a little bit going. But the Arsenal fans should definitely be coming on. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to find a Liverpool fan. Even if I don't, probably still do one, to be honest. People, this is reminding me of a game where these teams are doing better than Liverpool and people think they'll win. They'll go to Anfield and win. But I know Liverpool haven't been great. But at Anfield, they do well against the top 6 teams. We're actually unbeaten. I know we haven't played Arsenal and Tottenham at their ground, but still beat Man United, beat City, drew to Chelsea, or the so-called top 6. Even if you want to put Newcastle up there, beat them. So when I think of that, I'm confident Liverpool won't lose. Even though Arsenal, high flying, they're doing the best in the league, obviously a best team away as well. Arsenal haven't won at Liverpool in the Premier League since 2012. At Anfield since 2012. Obviously they won earlier on in the season, but again there was controversy. For me, they shouldn't have won that game. It should have been a draw. That penalty was never a penalty. A lot of people are, Man United will finally beat Liverpool. City will beat Liverpool. And I was confident there Liverpool would get some sort of result. I said a draw, and they ended up winning. United, can't remember what I said there. Draw or United win. Pretty sure I just said a draw. For that factor, the Arsenal factor when it comes to coming to Anfield, even Liverpool in general, like the area, they haven't won since 2013, I want to say. Like they even struggle when they play Everton in the Premier League. So, mate, I'm going with Liverpool to get some sort of result. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go over 1-1. I don't think they'll quite win, but I wouldn't be shocked. I really wouldn't. So I'm going to go over 1-1, mate. I'm going to go over 1-1. When it comes to injury news for Liverpool, they're going to have to double check on Thiago if he's potentially going to be available. From what I've heard, Diaz, no, he might be back for Leeds. Who else is there? I think that's it. Oh, Van Dijk will be back as well. I don't even think he should start, to be honest. And then as for Arsenal, obviously they got a lot of players out now for the season. Like your Tomiyasu's, someone else as well. Nketiah, I think it is. Saliba is a potential one to be back. Arteta's kept it a bit quiet, which is, totally understandable. Mind games and that. But yeah, I'm gonna go over 1-1, man. Like I said, Liverpool, when it comes to the home games, I think they're fourth on home form. I know it hasn't been great overall from Liverpool, but against these, top six sides, they tend to do better. They're actually unbeaten at home. So I'm going with it, man. Arsenal, a struggle in Liverpool as a whole, not even just Anfield. Liverpool going to Anfield and Goodison Park. So I'm going with 1-1, mate. But like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if Liverpool win, So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Your comments, 3-1, says Spencer. We are fucking shit. Liverpool, yeah, Chris gone with it as well. Wouldn't be shocked if we get something, but I just can't see it. Arsenal's so good and mentality is fantastic. For young, inexperienced team has been all season. Yeah, no, 100%. I've been saying it for time. I thought they would have, done their usual earlier on, but the game which made me believe, to be honest, probably that Villa game that made me to start to proper believe that they'll probably go on to win the league. Just the comeback, the craziness, they've had some mental games. The Bournemouth game, I had a little feeling when they played Fulham earlier on in the season and they went 1-0 down. Because if that was last season, they wouldn't have won that game. So the mentality has been brilliant at that club. Odegaard, he's been a brilliant player this season. Brilliant captain as well. Jesus Zinchenko, obviously they're the standouts when it comes to, the influence they've made in the dressing room. Saliba's been good. I don't know about Gabriel. It's been a bit 50-50 for me, but, Ramsdale's a good keeper. A lot of their fans questioning him when he come in. I knew he'd do well because I did watch a lot of Sheffield United games when they were doing so poor in the Premier League and obviously got relegated. And to be fair, the only reason he conceded the goals he did was because that defence was so crap. I remember at times he prevented it from being even more. So yeah, got some good players, man. Got some good players, and obviously they're replaced. Obviously, coming on to his later stage at Arsenal, he wasn't great, but they replaced Lacazette well as well with obviously Jesus and that. So yeah, would be thrilled with a result. I hope that Gundogan isn't dolted. Nah, he's actually all right, to be fair. He's been on the channel before, but a lot of you didn't really know about the channel then. If you want to see a bit of him now or after the stream, if you type up, or if you got to go onto my playlist from Premier League 2021-22, Arsenal versus Spurs, it's when Arsenal won 3-1. So yeah, no, he's sound, man. Known him for a while. Yeah, he isn't actually one of them cocky ones, to be fair, either. I was confident versus United and City at home, but I just can't see us getting anything versus Arsenal. Fair enough then, mate. It might just be your feeling, and it could come true. It could come true, but I could see Liverpool getting something, to be fair. Brad is putting his predictions. Big up yourself, mate, from 3-1 to United. Obviously, that is his team. I won't be jumping on Bounce Castle if we get something, as it don't matter. Yeah, I'm not going to, be overly gassed. 3-0 to Villa against Forest. Yeah, fair enough. Like I say, Forest are terrible away. Villa doing very well as well recently. 2-1 Newcastle. I could see that, but I've gone with a draw, of course. Fulham 2-0 West Ham. Okay, so you reckon this is Moyes' final game. Bournemouth 2-1. A few of you reckon that. Jeez, that's interesting. For me, if that happens, Leicester are going down. I think if they lose to Bournemouth at home, that's shocking. I know they're lower than Bournemouth, but it's at home. It's favourable for them, man, I think. 2-0 Brighton. I was thinking that, but obviously I've gone 1-0 against Tottenham. 2-1 Chelsea. Okay, so you think it might be a Lampard manager bounce in that sense. 3-0 City. If I didn't say 3-1, I'd have probably gone with that. Leeds 0-0 Palace. Goalless draw. Champions League at home. Championship on the road. Brad says 2-2 for Liverpool Arsenal. So he's gone with draw as well. And I think, if I'm correct, Liverpool Arsenal in the Premier League is the fixture with the most goals, I want to say. So it could be. Chris's lineup: Alisson, Gomez, Matip, Kanate, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Arnold in midfield, Salah, Nunes, Gakpo, play Trent in midfield. Gomez actually good at right back. Yeah, I thought he was decent against Chelsea, to be fair, at right back. And, you know, when he does start games, I think it's better for him to be as a right back, to be honest. So, yeah, may as well. Yeah, hopefully at some point Liverpool do, man. You know, everyone goes on about when, you know, he was doing it for England, but it's under Southgate. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be great under him. Stephen, he's gone with a Liverpool 2-1 win. See what I mean? See, we could do it. But I'm going to go over 1-1. But I wouldn't be shocked if Liverpool won. Honestly, I wouldn't, people. You know, because of the reasons I said. I can't be asked to get into them again. But yeah. Why not play some youth as well? It's like these egos in our team, let Van Dijk. So on my days. Well, I want to know what's happened with Carvalho. You know, he was hyped up. You know, Liverpool signed him a little bit earlier. It was just actually signing and getting the pictures, I think, wasn't it? You know, and he's just not been nowhere near the team. Like, what's going on? No, it's not him, Chris. No, it's not him. The guy don't even do YouTube. I'm getting on. Like I said, he's been on the channel before. But yeah, completely sound guy. And yeah, man, looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm just hoping to get a Liverpool fan, but it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. So yeah, there you go with that one. But yeah, there you go, people. They are my Premier League predictions. So let's just go through them again, and then we'll calculate the table. So Manchester United 2, Everton 1, Aston Villa 2, Nottingham Forest 0, Brentford 1, Newcastle United 1, Fulham 2, West Ham United 2, Leicester City 2, AFC Bournemouth 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Where was I? Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Chelsea 1, Southampton 1, Manchester City 3, Leeds United 1, Crystal Palace 0, and then Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. So yeah, there we go with that. Let's calculate the table. So this would be the table if results go the way I think. So obviously Arsenal would remain top of the league. Still a decent gap, you know. Still decent. City obviously second. United would jump up to third, 2 points above Newcastle. Tottenham would still be fifth. Obviously, like I said earlier, if Brighton win, there'll be a point behind Tottenham in fifth. Aston Villa seventh, 3 points above Liverpool. Liverpool and Brentford on the same points, but obviously Liverpool having a better goal difference. Fulham Fulham at 10th, Chelsea still 11th, Leeds United 12th. So they'll go above Palace, of course, if they beat them by 2 points. Palace 13th, Wolverhampton Wanderers 14th, Leicester City 15th, so massive. If they won that, they'd be out of the relegation zone. Obviously, the points still very tight, but that would be good for them. West Ham 16th, Everton just above the relegation zone in 17th. Nottingham Forest will be in the relegation zone alongside Bournemouth and Southampton. When I look at it more, it's not looking good for Forest. I can't lie. The thing that's going to save them is definitely their home games. Saying that, don't really know who they got. I guess I'm going to have a quick look here. So they've got Man United there. But Man United has slapped them up in the League Cup. Yeah, that's not going to be easy. Who they got after that? Liverpool away. Even though Liverpool have been crap, I actually backed Liverpool to win that, to be honest. Brighton at home, maybe they could do something there, but again, it's Brighton. Brentford away, oh my God, it's looking peak for them. Who else have they got? Southampton at home. Okay, that is a massive one. That is a massive one for them. I reckon they could win that, to be fair. Chelsea away. I wouldn't be shocked if they got something. Obviously, Chelsea will be favourites, but you know how Chelsea have been. Arsenal at home. Oh, it's going to be sticky, that. And then who they got last? Crystal Palace away. It's the last game of the season, though. Oh, it might not be great. It might not be great for them. I can't lie. Let's have a quick look at Bournemouth. Tottenham away. You'd say Tottenham still, wouldn't you? Who they got after that? West Ham at home. Oh, massive game, that. Massive game. Oh, I wouldn't be... You know what? I'll probably go Bournemouth. Right now, probably go Bournemouth. Obviously, closer to the time, it depends how they're doing. Who they got after that? They have got... Where are they? Southampton away. Jeez, that's a massive game there. I'll probably say Southampton win, I can't lie. Leeds at home. Because I reckon Leeds... I don't know, though. It's going to be tight. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to carry on, but yeah. Let's go through the last load of comments before we wrap up. Spencer says 8th. That is embarrassing. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Wasting my breath on Liverpool this season is like me going to Nonsense Festival, not wanting to be there, an odd one out while people actually doing nonsense, screaming over nothing. It's annoying when people do that. All that. Forest are down. I said they were down starting the year, especially them fixtures. They're only winning Southampton game for me. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, people, I'm going to wrap up this stream. So yeah, big up to everybody that's tuned in. I know it's been a bit of a late one over here in the UK, but like I said, I've been hella busy today. Sunday is going to be interesting. Might not do match reactions to the Liverpool game, I can't lie. But I will still do a watch along to that game. Like I said, I'm going to try my best to find a Liverpool fan. Wish me luck, people. Wish me luck. Put praying emojis in the chat. Wish me luck, honestly. Because there's 2 now I've tried to ask and they can't do it now. So it's a bit gutting. So yeah. But yeah, championship predictions out tomorrow. That will be a pre-recorded video. Big up to everyone that watched the last one. Second most views I've ever gotten one. I think it's pretty much touching on 400 now. Just have a quick look at that. Done so many videos. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, so it's on 366. So yeah, the second most one has ever got. So big up to yourselves for that. Like I say, I will be doing another one tomorrow. Sunday, quite busy. Games on Monday. Quick turnaround in the championship. So yeah, there's that. That'll be a pre-recorded one. So check that out when that comes out. And then, like I said, Sunday watch along, potentially match reactions, but probably not now. And then Hatter Show in the evening as well. And we will have a Blackpool fan on for that as well. And then Monday, I'm not sure, still not sure. I should know over the weekend, if I'm going to that Blackpool game. I know it's sold out, but I know a few people. So they will hopefully let me know. If not, I'll ask them on Sunday night or whatever. And then, yeah, if not, it will obviously be a watch along anyway. So, yeah, Stephen says, good luck. Thank you very much. Puts in the praying emojis. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Because I don't think I know many others in my area, but we will see. Spencer says, take care, T, Chris, Stephen, Brad, and everyone else, and yourself, mate. Big up to yourself. We're currently on 12 likes. Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. I know a few people watch this back on playback as well. So please smash the like there as well. Do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Seeing that we got 1 new subscriber in this stream. So yeah, big up to yourselves for that. Obviously, we gained a lot of subscribers in the watch along earlier as well to Luton games. So big up to yourselves for that. That is much appreciated. Like I said, do make sure you check out the match reactions and all of that as well to the game earlier. And yeah, if you want to follow me across any of my socials, obviously link to them on the description. And yeah, like I said, pre-recorded championship predictions out tomorrow. And yeah, do subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. Link to that is in the description. And yeah, so I will see you lot on the pre-recorded championship predictions tomorrow, hopefully. And then obviously back streaming on Sunday for this game. These two, oh, can't point at the Arsenal, but no, that one. There we go. There we go. So yeah, there you go. But until then, I will see you lot in a bit. So take care and peace.